Hey everyone! Okay, it's been a long time since I have vlogged. I really have not had the time, but tomorrow will mark 2 months I've been here, so I figure now is a good time as ever. Um, let's see. I try to write down things whenever I see something interesting that I think I might want to include, but I will probably most definitely forget something. I'll try to include it all because I have some stuff written down anyways. Some strange things that are here. If you've been reading my blog, you know I wrote a whole thing on strange things in Italy, but I, of course, forgot to put in some stuff. And one thing is milk stands. They have these stands like in the middle of the city where there's a vending machine with glass jars, and you like buy a glass jar out of the vending machine and you fill it up with fresh milk, which is like right next to it. I think that's really cool because it's not like I'm in rural Italy, but it's also a city. Compared to Mount Desert Island, it's definitely a city, but they still have fresh milk. So I think that's awesome. And I've said this like a million times, but bidets are also super strange. And it was really embarrassing because my English teacher told everyone that I thought bidets were strange. Bidets, I don't know how to say it yet. um, and so when I still go into English classes a lot and talk about America, talk about myself, and answer questions that they have. And it's embarrassing when they say, "Oh, so we heard that you thought bidets are strange," and I'm like, because why don't you just shower every day? And they're like, you can't shower every time after you go to the bathroom. And I was like, why would you need to shower every time after you go to the bathroom? And so it's kind of an embarrassing topic, but it's just we don't have them in America, so I'm not used to it. And also, it's illegal to wash your car in the yard. You have to go to a car wash because they're really big on conserving water, which I also think is interesting. As for the language, Italian, I say this every time, but Italian is starting to come easier. Of course, it gets easier every day. Um, I've learned so much these past 2 months in terms of Italian, and so I can't wait to see how it will be at the end of my stay here. I still have Italian lessons twice a week because I do think I still need them. Um, I was anticipating it to be difficult to learn the language, but not this difficult. I really thought it would start to come naturally after like a month, but that's no, it does not happen like that. Um, I think it'll always take a lot of concentration. I don't think it'll ever get easy because while it's a lot easier than it was at the beginning, I still have to think really hard about how to put the sentence together. And I just think that it's always going to be like that because it's not my first language and I'm only here for 5.5 months. And so I think it'll always take concentration, but overall, I'm really glad with the progress that I have made. Um, they have all these weird sayings, like for an example, gelato. Gelato, like ice cream, for obviously. Like when something's obvious, they don't say obviously, they say like gelato. So when I heard someone say that, I thought they were talking about ice cream, but they were really saying obviously. How was I supposed to know that? So that makes it difficult. Also, the local language. There's local language in every region. And in Veneto, like I'm in the region Veneto, and for an example, we have our local language. And sometimes people start talking in local language, which I do not understand. Um, but they don't even realize they're talking in local language because it's like second nature for them. So sometimes I have to be like, you need to speak in normal Italian. What else? Oh, Easter is Sunday, and as you know, since Italy is such a religious country, Easter is a really big holiday. So we have a week off from school, and yeah, there's a lot of church and stuff for that. Um, Spring doesn't seem to want to come here like it does in Maine, or like Maine, it's still cold and it rains all the time. But when it's sunny, it's nice, so I'm just waiting for the sun. I won a contest, a kite making contest. um, so I get to go to Trani for a week, and they pay for the whole trip because that was the prize. And that's in the South Bari. It's in the region Bari, and Nelly is in Barletta, and it's basically right where Barletta is. So I'm really excited to go there. I'm going on April 10th, and I think it's going to be warm, so I'm so psyched to get in the warm weather. Oh, and school, I still don't do anything in school really except study Italian, and right now in geography we're studying the United States, so at least I can understand a little and answer questions when they ask about it. But it's actually kind of embarrassing because sometimes they ask questions that I don't know the answer to, and they actually do know the answer, so they just ask to like test me. And so it's embarrassing because when I don't know, it's like, wow, you know more about my country than I do. So yes. Same with English. Sometimes in English they ask me, what do you like, which one is correct? And to me they sound the exact same, so I don't know which one's correct. For an example, the word the, apparently when you say the when there is a vowel, when the next word starts with a vowel, and you say the when the next word starts with a consonant. I never knew that. I think it's because it just comes naturally. But they like know all these rules of English that I never knew. Well, it's interesting. I guess I'm learning more about everything. um, so that's all. I am going to write on my blog because there's some other stuff that is are just easier to write about, and I don't want to make this video too long so it gets too boring. So yeah, bye.